Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, let's dive into what's been happening with our beloved Cleveland Browns. The NFL season in 2025 has already shown us that things are heating up, and the Browns are no longer just lurking in the shadows. They're making waves, especially with how they've handled their quarterback situation recently. It's been an interesting season, filled with ups and downs, but one thing is clear. The Browns are trying to carve out their identity, and recent decisions might just be signaling a shift in their strategy that could have long-term implications. Now, to start, I want to set the scene for you. The Browns, coming off a somewhat rocky start, finally managed to secure a much-needed victory last week against the Miami Dolphins. And let me tell you, it was a game that had fans on the edge of their seats, especially considering the circumstances leading up to it. The final score, 31-6 in favor of Cleveland, was not just a blowout, it was a statement. This was a game where the Browns showed resilience, discipline, and a certain level of dominance that many fans have been waiting to see all season. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't just the result. It was the way the coaching staff handled the quarterback rotation, or rather, the lack of rotation. You see, despite the clear opportunity to give Shedeur some game time, head coach Kevin Stefanski made the decision to keep him on the bench throughout the game. And instead, Dillon Gabriel was tasked with leading the offense from start to finish. Now, this decision sparked a lot of debate among fans, analysts, and even some of the team's own supporters. On one side, you have those who agree with Stefanski's call, believing that Gabriel, as the veteran, deserved to finish what he started, especially after leading the team to a solid win. But on the other side, there's a significant portion of the fan base and experts who feel that Sanders, as the primary backup, should have seen some playtime, even in a game that was already well in hand. Let's remember, Sanders is a young quarterback with immense potential, and he's been waiting patiently for his chance to prove himself at the NFL level. He's just one snap away from making his debut, and many believe that giving him a little taste of the action, perhaps a series or two, could boost his confidence and give the coaching staff a better idea of what he can do when called upon. But instead, Stefanski chose to let Gabriel finish the game, perhaps wanting to ensure the win was sealed without risking any turnovers or mistakes. It's a classic coaching dilemma. Do you play it safe and stick with the guy who's been in the trenches, or do you give your promising backup some reps to develop? And this brings us to a very interesting conversation that's been buzzing around Browns Nation. ESPN Cleveland radio host Aaron Goldhammer was particularly vocal about this decision. He didn't hold back, and honestly, his comments resonated with many fans. Goldhammer pointed out, "What more is Dillon Gabriel gonna prove? I would have maybe given Shedeur just a little feel of what it's like to be out there." He made a good point. Sanders is the future, and giving him some exposure during a game that's already decided isn't just about fairness, it's about development. Imagine the message it sends to a young quarterback, seeing the field, getting some reps, experiencing the NFL game tempo firsthand. Goldhammer went further, saying, Stefanski wanted to let Dillon finish his first win. If Shedeur goes in there and leads a touchdown drive, all of a sudden, you've just brought up a quarterback controversy out of nowhere. That's a very valid concern, and it's something that NFL coaches have to weigh carefully. The last thing any team wants is to create a controversy or undermine a player's confidence, especially when he's still so early in his development. But at the same time, good coaching also involves preparing your backup for moments like these, and giving him a brief stint in a game that's clearly under control could be invaluable for his growth. Now let's talk a little about the performance of Gabriel in this game. He completed 13 of his 18 passes, which is a solid percentage, for 116 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. That's not a flashy stat line, but it's efficient. He didn't necessarily light up the scoreboard, but he also didn't make critical mistakes that could have cost the Browns the game. It's a performance that shows he's capable of managing the game effectively, even if he's not the spark plug that everyone is waiting for. But the real question is, what does this say about Sanders' future? Well, it's likely that Sanders will get his chance to play at some point this season. The Browns are in a position where they need to evaluate what he can bring to the table, especially as they look ahead to the 2026 season and beyond. Now, to understand the bigger picture, we need to look at the Browns' current outlook. They're currently sitting in a decent spot in the AFC North, a division that's always fiercely competitive. The Ravens are strong, the Steelers are always tough, and the Bengals, despite some ups and downs, have shown resilience. Cleveland's defense has been solid, and their running game remains one of the most dangerous in the league with players like Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford. Offensively, they've had moments of brilliance, but consistency has been a struggle, something that the coaching staff is undoubtedly trying to iron out. The quarterback situation is a big part of that puzzle. Shedeur Sanders is viewed by many as the franchise's future. His talent and potential are undeniable, and the coaching staff clearly sees him as a key piece moving forward. But patience is a virtue, especially when it comes to developing young quarterbacks. The NFL is a different beast from college, and many rookie quarterbacks take time to adjust, learn, and thrive. However, the Browns are also aware that they need to be competitive now, and that's why Gabriel was given the start in this particular game. It's a balancing act, trying to win now while also grooming the future. Looking ahead, it's interesting to consider how this situation might evolve. Will Stefanski eventually give Sanders some playing time in a more meaningful context? Will we see Sanders come in during a crucial moment later in the season? Or will the coaching staff continue to prioritize current victories over developmental opportunities? These are questions that fans are asking, and honestly, they're valid. The NFL is a league of adaptation, and how the Browns handle their quarterback rotation from now on could set the tone for the rest of the season. And let's not forget, this isn't just about one game or one decision. It's about the bigger narrative, how the Browns are building their team, how they're balancing experience with youth, and how they're planning for the future. The decision to keep Sanders on the bench in the blowout win over Miami might seem minor on the surface, but in reality, it reflects a strategic choice that could influence team dynamics and player development for years to come. It's also a reflection of the coaching philosophy, whether you play it safe or take calculated risks to develop your talent. So, while fans are divided on this issue, it's important to recognize the potential behind giving Sanders some reps. The fact that he's just one snap away from his NFL debut keeps the excitement alive. The Browns are clearly in a transitional phase, trying to find the right mix of experience and youth, and every decision they make now could have ripple effects down the line. The AFC North is a brutal division, and every game counts, but at the same time, building a strong foundation for the future is crucial. As we wrap up, let's keep in mind that the Browns have shown resilience and growth this season. The blowout win against Miami was a step forward, and it's clear that the team is capable of competing at a high level. But the story isn't over. The quarterback carousel, the coaching decisions, and the development of young talent like Sanders are all pieces of a larger puzzle that fans are watching unfold. The next few weeks will be telling. Will Sanders finally get his shot? Will he be able to seize that opportunity when it comes? And how will these choices shape the Browns' journey towards a Super Bowl run? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. Cleveland Browns fans, you're witnessing a pivotal moment in your team's history, and it's exciting to be part of this journey. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Browns are definitely in a position to make some noise. They've got the talent, they've got the defense, and they're building around a quarterback situation that's still very much in flux. The question remains, when will we see Sanders step into a game in a more prominent role? Will it be in a crucial moment later in the season, maybe to give the team a spark? Or will the coaching staff continue to play it safe, trusting Gabriel to manage the game? Whatever the case, the fans want to see Sanders out there, and he's proven that he's ready when the opportunity finally arrives. And remember, this isn't just about one game or one decision. It's about the long-term vision for the franchise. The Browns have historically been a team with a lot of potential, but sometimes plagued by inconsistency. Now, with a young quarterback like Sanders, they're trying to build something sustainable, something that can compete with the elite teams in the league year after year. The development of Sanders and the coaching staff's approach to his playing time will be critical to that goal. And for the fans, it's a roller coaster. Some are eager to see Sanders get his shot and show what he can do, while others understand the importance of patience and strategic decision-making. That's what makes this season so interesting. It's a mix of hope, patience, and the desire to see your team succeed both now and in the future. The Browns are walking a fine line, balancing the immediate need to win with the long-term goal of building a quarterback who can lead them deep into the playoffs and maybe even to a Super Bowl. In conclusion, this game and the coaching decisions surrounding it highlight the ongoing debate within Browns Nation. It's a testament to the complexity of NFL coaching, player development, and team strategy. As fans, we can only hope that the coaching staff makes the right calls, that Sanders gets his moment when he's ready, and that the team continues to grow stronger. The 2025 season is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing in recent memory, and the Browns are right in the thick of it, making bold moves and setting the stage for what could be a very exciting future. So, Browns fans, stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting your team. The best is yet to come, and this season might just surprise us all. Thanks for being part of this journey, and I'll be back soon with even more updates, insights, and news about your Cleveland Browns. Remember, every game, every decision, every play is part of a bigger story. Your story, our story, the Cleveland Browns story. And it's a story worth watching. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.